Hello and welcome to Eastern Geeks Out, an AP Media associated podcast where I'll be discussing news and entertainment topics in the gaming world. I'm Deforest White.
And I am Jordan Lowry.
And how are you feeling today?
You know, I was a little tired at first, I'm not going to lie to you, but I drank coffee. So I'm pretty good.
Cool. I actually had a really interesting coffee experience recently. I hate coffee. I think it's bad. But I had a really good one that's interesting for me because, you know, I've got celiac disease.
Right.
I can't eat anything with like wheat, gluten, barley, rye. So I've never had Twix before, like the candy.
Oh.
And friend of mine, somebody he knows, brought a pack of Twix flavored coffee cans, and they didn't have anything that I couldn't eat in them. So I had one of those. So I now know what Twix tastes like, and
Wow.
it's like crazy because that's the best coffee I've ever had.
Really?
It's wild.
So would you say you're more like kind of the like, I wouldn't say the like sweeter and the coffee, but
Yeah, like I love coffee flavored ice cream.
Mhm.
But if you just try and give me like a coffee, then I'm almost never going to enjoy it.
what if can you eat caramel?
Yeah, caramel's great, but you'd have to put a lot of caramel in a coffee before I would be like, this is a good coffee now.
Go try a caramel macchiato. That
I've
could be
had
good.
them. They're okay. Still a bit
Really?
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking because I feel like you would like it.
No, my go-to from Starbucks for the longest time was the double Java, the double Java chip,
Mm-hmm.
with the double like chips and not the double coffee.
Fair.
But then, for some reason, that stopped being gluten-free. I've never received an explanation for that.
What?
No idea what they could be adding to ruin it.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't know either, but that's crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was gluten free to begin with, but I didn't know that was not gluten free.
I mean, most drinks are, or at least they should be.
They should.
Right? Like, nobody... One of the weirdest things for me is, like, people randomly putting wheat products in things where they don't belong. I went last semester, we were doing, like, celebratory, hey, we're done with the theater program, let's all go out to eat. And because it was, like, past midnight, one of the only places open was IHOP. And I
Oh.
go there, I know I can't eat any of, like, the pancakes or the waffles or whatever. Nah, it's fine, I expect that. But I look at their omelet listings. The omelets, they put pancake batter in.
Wait, really?
Why?
Wait.
Who does that?
Is that why their omelets are actually kind of good?
I'll kill you.
I'm just saying. I feel like their omelets are actually like really, really good.
We went to IHOP 3 times with the theater people, and I each time ended up ordering the same thing, and it's the saddest thing you could possibly get because it's truly the only thing in the entire restaurant that I can eat, and it's the maximum amount of food that I can get. I got cooked ham with strawberries on it and a shake.
That's nasty. I'm not.
I agree, and I'm upset that that was the thing I ate.
That's at that point. Don't even go to IHOP.
Well, that's where the group was going, Jordan. So
See, you should
leave me
go
alone.
and send an email to IHOP and be
Mhm.
like, y'all need some gluten-free options. Now, right now.
Well, funny you should say that because they actually have something there. They have a full gluten-sensitive menu. I can't say gluten-free because it isn't.
Wow.
It's crazy. They're trying to kill me. It's bizarre.
I guess
Speaking
so.
of things that are trying to kill me,
Interesting.
a fun little segue there. Sonic Frontiers got its second campaign of DLC.
I still haven't even played that game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You should play the game,
I don't want
but
to.
not the DLC.
Why?
Oh boy. This campaign, I'm fine with games being hard, right?
Mhm.
Difficulty is not something I'm opposed to. The DLC is just bad. It is a series of completely disconnected obstacle courses that are made to be infuriating. It feels like, I don't know if you were around for the era of like rage games, where it was like, yeah, here's this platformer where you play as a little guy, but everything in the game that like normally would be safe isn't. And it feels like you're playing Getting Over It or Only Up. where you get like you gotta climb like 5 towers to get to these really shitty challenges at the top of each one, and on the way there's a series of like grind rails and speed boosts and bumpers, and 90% of them just shoot you off the side of the tower and you have to start back from the beginning, like from ground level, and you have to do this like all back to back, which is bizarre because the whole appeal of this like DLC campaign was supposed to be that you get to play as not just Sonic. You play as Tails, you play as Amy, you play as Knuckles, and they've all got like unique upgrade trees. So that part really cool, and there's some neat stuff in there. Amy has her tarot cards from the comics that you can upgrade, and she can use as like close range combat or projectiles, and that's really cool. Knuckles has access to his glide, which is really good for going long distances because there's not like a time limit on it. Tails, there's an upgrade where you can get his like plane that you could have from Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Like, there's some really cool stuff in there. And it doesn't matter because in order to unlock all of it, you have a limited pool of points for each character individually that you unlock by walking up to various NPCs around the world, watching a cutscene where they hand you 10 points to allocate, and then one of those abilities, like the plane one, is like 50 points.
What?
So it's just not worth the time.
I don't like games like that. That it takes like so much time to actually earn one thing, and then you have to go back out, do some kind of same repeated task, and then just you still gotta wait for it. You know,
It's infuriating.
it's really infuriating. That's why why I gave up on Starfield, because I knew that would be the case too.
Oh, you finally did you?
I did. I was focused on Lies of P when that came out. When you talk about hard games, I'm like,
well, Soulsborne's kind of have that
Soulsborne
reputation.
Always has that reputation. Even though I wish Lies of P was not a Soulsborne.
Really? That's not a take I've heard yet.
I feel like this game, like me, you know, like me personally, I don't like Souls games. Me
neither.
So I've never really beat a Souls game. I've never beat a Souls game.
I beat Elden Ring.
I almost beat Elden Ring. Okay, that's the one I can say I've almost beat.
I only beat Elden Ring.
It's only because I cheesed it, though. You only beat it because of the final boss. Yeah. Hold on, I just realized that because you said that last episode. But no, because
now I never need to look at it again.
The story is so good. The story is really good. I feel like the story and just the art style is.
Are you talking about Lies of P?
Lies of P.
Okay.
Because it looks. And
it looks so cool.
It looks so amazing.
Just the enemy designs alone are enough to get me like, damn, I gotta.
And just the concept of it too, though, because you get the choice between lying or telling the truth. Obviously, like the story of Pinocchio. And when you lie, obviously it changes the course of it. Changes the ending. I think there's 3 endings from what I heard, which was the lie ending, the you tell the truth ending, and then another ending. I don't know.
Like a neutral.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
But I don't know. I don't know what happens.
Does it impact like gameplay or anything? Like, do you get like nose abilities or whatever?
I don't think so. But it's just like such a cool concept because I've always wanted to know about like the true story of Pinocchio and why they decided to make this game so dark to the point it's a Souls-like.
I feel like those two things are almost unrelated.
That's what I'm saying. Pinocchio and Souls, like it just.
No, I mean, like, I seriously doubt you're gonna get the true story of Pinocchio from this game.
I know. I feel like you would, though, because, like...
man, it's public domain. You can go read
I know I
original.
can, but, like, it's just... I don't like reading. I don't like it. If I could just watch a movie, that would be better.
Too bad. I don't think anybody's ever made a Pinocchio movie.
I know they made one. I know Disney's made one.
This was a joke. There were like 3 Pinocchio movies that came out last year.
I don't want no kids version Pinocchio.
Then watch the Guillermo del Toro one.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I think that's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
Is it dark?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll watch that because like I just want to know like why is this game so dark?
I heard it was sad too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The movie, I mean, not the game.
Well, obviously the movie, yeah.
But no, We've talked about Soulsborns before on the podcast, so I won't get too into it. I will maintain my stance that the ones that have interested me have been Sekiro.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. Okay.
That's it. Okay. Moving on a little bit. I gotta talk about fighting games real quick. I'll get through it fast. I will get through it fast.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about it.
Street Fighter 6. They got a season pass coming out. It's Halloween themed. You can give your character a spooky cat costume.
What?
That's it. That's what you get. You get that. You get Street Fighter 4 Jury's theme, the scariest Street Fighter song, I guess. I don't know. It's got the sound from the crap. What's his name? What's Uncle Aaron's name?
I don't know.
Dang it.
I don't even know who that is. I'm not gonna lie.
Miles Morales' uncle.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, I don't know.
Crowler. No, Prowler. Thank you.
I got you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's got the sound from his theme. That's cool.
Oh, I love his theme. His theme is nice.
It's a great theme.
It is a good theme.
Jury did it first. But yeah, you can get that. You can't make me care. It still feels like the season pass for Street Fighter 6 is very much they were required to have a season pass, and because it's not related to any of like the characters that are coming out, like it's not like, oh, you buy the season pass and one of the things you unlock is the new DLC character, because that's a different thing. You buy those separately. So I don't know who this is for. People are just buying it to, I guess, customize their avatars, but like, if it's not a collaboration, I don't know why. I don't get it. However, also on Street Fighter 6, and also a little bit spooky, Aki came out, which is super cool. She's a new character. She's Fang's apprentice. You don't know anything about it. Creepy poison lady. She looks like a horror movie character. She's really fun. She's really cool. She moves around like a snake. She's got shoulder rolls. It's awesome. Her fingers got extendy, stabby things. They're very cool.
Interesting.
Love her. She's neat. She's got command grab. She's so cool. I'm gonna stop. I played through the Mortal Kombat 1 campaign.
See, I want to buy Mortal Kombat 1. I know. Wait, why? Wait, hold on. You played the Mortal Kombat 1 campaign.
I did. I coughed up $70.
What happened? I thought you said
I hate Mortal Kombat.
Was it good though?
It's so good.
Oh,
it's so good. I bought Mortal Kombat 11 because it was super cheap, because Mortal Kombat 1 was coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I stand by that out of all of the fighting games that I play, Mortal Kombat feels stiff and it feels wrong.
Okay.
However, damn, they do a good story mode. They do such a good story mode.
It's always so
because it's Warner Brothers. They make a movie.
That is true.
And they've been doing it. Mortal Kombat 9 did it. Mortal Kombat X did it. Mortal Kombat 11 did it. Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 are like movie theater level movies.
It is. It really
like
is.
the Mortal Kombat 1's graphics are insane, and they're insane both like in gameplay and in cutscene. And this is the first console generation where I've been able to say, like, wow, I can't tell where the transition happens a lot of the time.
Wow.
Like, there might be, like, slight shifts in camera angles that let you know, like, oh, I'm about to fight someone. But, like, in terms of graphics, they're using the same models for everything, and the engines staying the same. It's not like in the Tekken 7 also had, like, a big cinematic story mode where like you would be able to see like, oh, we changed from our cutscene model to our in-game model and the lighting's different now, so I know they're about to fight. And like that story mode had a lot of cool stuff. Mortal Kombat 1 uses the setup from Mortal Kombat 11 in such a cool way that I don't want to spoil on the podcast, but it's so cool. It's so cool.
So you're telling, are you recommending me buy Mortal Kombat 1?
I cannot, in good faith, recommend that you buy Mortal Kombat 1 because it is $70.
It is $70.
And that is a lot because that is the era that we live in. It is a regular game, and while it is content rich, I can't recommend it over a game of what I believe to be greater value, like Street Fighter 6. or even one of like a lower price range, but I think like a more fleshed out roster, like King of Fighters 15 or Guilty Gear Strive, which I consider to be the best looking game on the market currently. However, if you're already a fan of Mortal Kombat, or if you just are here for the story mode, then yeah, you'll love it. I bit the bullet because I am weak of will and am not smart with my money. So this definitely shouldn't have happened, but it did, and I'm greatly enjoying myself.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good. I'm glad you're finally shifting from that Street Fighter 6 and going into Mortal Kombat now.
Okay, now I did just say the opposite of that.
I'm just saying. I'm still standing by that. You're switching.
I'm not.
You're switching.
I'm not
You're
switching.
switch.
I just talked about
Mortal
Street
Kombat
Fighter.
2 comes out. You're switching.
They better not fucking call it Mortal Kombat 2. I'm going to be livid if they call it Mortal Kombat 2.
Remastered. You're gonna play
They remake the original MK2? That won't confuse people.
I'm just saying.
Melina's back, but again. I hope they don't do that. That'd be crazy. What if they like changed the company name to Midway just to mess with people? Just be like, yeah, we're that again. We changed it. We're not Warner Brothers or NetherRealm anymore. We're back. We're back.
They're gonna do it.
We de-aged Ed Boon.
Predicting the future.
Oh boy. Outside of that, we got some fun stuff coming up this month. There's a couple things that I'm excited for, and one thing that's like a recent news thing that I'm terrified of. So I'll let you choose what order. Terrified? It was announced today that in April, the Wii U and 3DS will cease supporting online play at all.
What?
The consoles are officially dead as of April for both of them.
That just makes me a little sad too.
It's crazy.
That makes me, because that's what I played on. That's what I used to play on as a kid.
You'll never be able to play Smash 4 online again.
Wow. I didn't really play those actually. I don't think I played any online games.
Really?
About it. Pokemon.
Is that online?
As a 3DS? Yeah, I think so.
I'm not a Pokemon player. I don't know.
It's just.
But the 3DS had a lot of like online service games that I really loved that just don't work without the connectivity. One of my favorite like features of the console, there was this service game called Nintendo Badge Arcade that was free to download, and it was this app that you could open. And you had a 3DS, right?
I did.
Okay. So you remember how your home screen had like all of the little like squares where you could move icons around and like organize however? Nintendo Badge Arcade was virtual claw machines that rotated prizes every day. And you could go in, and every day it would like let you do a practice machine, and playing the practice machine and like getting good at it would let you win free like claw machine tokens, and you could also buy them for like actual money. But when you were just playing it normally, without doing that, you could still like get free tokens to try it out with the practice one. And when you got a badge out of any of the claw machines, you could take it out of the game and use it to decorate your home screen.
What?
Yeah, so each one of those badges would take up one of the squares on your 3DS home screen, and you could change the grid settings or like attach them to the folders and organize like that. So for a while, I like themed my entire 3DS like Splatoon, and then for a while I had it all in like Breath of the Wild stuff because they had that collaboration, and they did some like wild ones. Like there was a Yokai Watch one. They had like a few Pokemon series from different gens of like you could show like the evolution of different paths. It was cool.
Wow.
And there was a lot there. And it's really sad because like now that online's no longer going to be supported, that's going to become lost media. Nobody will ever be able to play that game again. And I think we may have mentioned in another podcast, but like lost media is one of those things where I just think it shouldn't exist. Like we should work our damnedest to preserve everything.
I agree.
And this is one of those ones where like, I don't know a way to do that. There's no way to save it. Once the servers are down, that's it. And it's a very similar thing to how I felt about Nintendo shutting down like the Super Mario 35 servers for the 35th anniversary that they did a couple years ago, where if you didn't play it while it was up, it's just gone. I've still got the game like installed technically, but you open it up and it's just like, hey, too bad. Go play Battleborn. So
that's so sad, you know? Like that's stuff we grew up on, like
yeah.
And it just sucks because I remember back in the day I would take my 3DS everywhere. And definitely when like GameStop was still like really relevant because that's online games weren't really all that popular and stuff. Like going to GameStop with my little 3DS in hand, ready to go buy the new Pokemon or the new Mario or something that was new, and just gonna go play it in the car. I would just wait till I get home anxious, like come on. I hope we get that turn right now. Come on, so I can just go and play it.
Yeah.
But now it just sucks that the online servers are down now. Like why? That's just...
Going into GameStop with the 3DS is also great because you know for a fact you're gonna get like the street pass from whoever's working the counter because they definitely brought their DS
they
to
definitely
work.
Brought it. That's why I think that's how I got into gaming, you know, because I think my first ever game that I think I bought at GameStop with my DS was Pokemon Black. And it was because I would never forget this. I was like a little kid shopping around GameStop, and this worker just so happened to be like, hey, did you check out the new Pokemon that came out? I said, no, what's Pokemon? And then boom, I had Pokemon, and I met my neighbor who had Pokemon as well. So we were always like connected like that. So wait, speaking of that, do you think they're going to are they taking out local play as well? Or are they just taking out multiplayer? Okay.
No, because that one you don't actually need a network.
I was thinking that. I was like, I don't think
no, because the entire DS family had the download play feature, where if one of you had a game and it supported download play, then you could have another person with the DS next to it, and they could download a demo version of it and like control a second player or whatever, which was really cool.
Dang,
man, the 3DS and the DS era, like there was a lot of cool stuff in there.
There was a lot. Yeah.
The first game that I ever had for the 3DS, because it was a surprise for me. I got the DS in a birthday present in 2011.
Wow.
And it already had my first game in there, and it was Pilot Wings Resort, which Pilot Wings was a pre-existing series, but Resort in particular takes place on the island from Wii Sports Resort, Woohoo Island.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever played like the island flyover game where you control the plane in that one. Pilot Wings Resort is like a super fleshed out and challenge based version of like they took that plane bit and made it its own whole game with like different flying vehicles and stuff.
Wow.
So you could take a rocket belt and fly your Mii around the island and explore all the different areas and do challenges and play mini games. And it was so fun.
Sounds amazing, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so cool. Woohoo Island is my like favorite and like I feel like most underutilized Nintendo property. I love it there. Going back a little bit, still technically retrospective, but in a new direction. We've talked about spiritual successors on the show before. And there is a game that came out recently and I think is currently on like either Steam wishlist or like Greenlight or whatever the system there is, that is an indie created 2D like Punch-Out style game. It's called Thunder Ray, that has really intricate like Newground style animation, like old Flash animation style. And it doesn't look like it's super feature rich. However, it does look like the most like passion project possible. It's like you're playing the world champion boxer for Earth, who's Thunder Ray, and unbeknownst to the world, aliens exist, and they pull you up, and they're like, "Hey, you don't have anyone left on Earth to challenge, so fight these aliens." And you fight like alien witches, and it seems cool. But it's all from that like Punch-Out style of duck to either side, duck back, block, take advantage of like the enemy patterns that you learn.
Oh.
And I was watching the trailer for it, and it looks super intricate. But I was also thinking, I love Punch-Out so much. But when I'm talking to other people about why I like Punch-Out, I'm realizing I'm listing the same reasons that I love Punch-Out for reasons that other people say they love Soulsborne games. So it's weird because I'm like, I hate that. You're talking about like figuring out when to use your dodge properly and use your iframes from that, and then punishing every time a particular enemy. But you just gotta learn their attack patterns, because if they mess you up, you're done.
Right.
But that's exactly what Punch-Out is.
Yeah.
It's literally only that. It's like if you took all of the boss fights from the Soulsborne game, put them in the most simplified rock, paper, scissors format possible, and made it to where you didn't have to walk between them. That's what Punch-Out is. And I thought about that a little bit too much and passed out in the shower.
You passed out in the shower thinking about...
Yep. I don't remember going to sleep. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that really hard. And then 2.5 hours had passed, and it was very cold.
Oh my gosh.
And I missed class.
Ain't no way you fell asleep in the shower after thinking about Punch-Out versus Soulsborne's.
I did. That did happen.
Wow. That is crazy.
It's something.
You impress me so much every day, and this one is no different.
I broke my mind a little bit there.
Wow. That is crazy.
I've still yet to come to terms with it.
Wow. But the game sounds interesting, though. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna have to show me the trailer because I haven't seen the trailer yet. But
yeah, we'll pull it up after we're done recording.
But still, that's insane.
Only other really thing that we got happening this month, we have the release of 2, I guess, sort of classic era games. We have Sonic Superstars, which is a classic like 2D Sonic gameplay, but 3D models using the classic designs. Featuring the return of fan favorite character Fang the Sniper. Everyone loves Fang the Sniper. Your best favorite Sonic character, Fang the Sniper.
Who?
You know Fang the Sniper from Sonic the Fighters, the game you've played. Yeah, you know the one.
I don't.
Yeah, nobody fucking does.
Who's that?
He's like a gray wolf dude with a cowboy hat and a gun.
Does he have a sniper, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
That's his deal.
I have never heard of him.
Yeah, I think he was maybe a comic original character and then showed up in Sonic the Fighters as a guest character, and then he's back. I guess,
if you want to consider that being back. Since
I mean,
no one knows about him.
I would consider that back, but like, I don't know.
I would consider that like there.
I think if you've got a returning character from anything, that counts as their back.
I don't know. I feel like that's just like introducing. Maybe that's like canon now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this character wasn't there before, but now he's canon. I guess you can say that.
Yeah.
But...
Well, I actually don't know if he was canon or non-canon previously, but I also don't know if this game is going to be canon or non-canon because it seems pretty multiplayer focused.
I don't like the Sonic games when it comes to the
the
canon
2D
or
ones?
not canon.
Oh.
Like I hate when games do that. Like, or games are like definitely like shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, is it canon? Is it not canon? Am I getting my hopes up to never see this character again?
Oh yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like cool characters that get introduced in the Persona spin-offs that just disappear after their game's done, and then when you see the gang again, they just never talk about that
Never.
person. You're like, where'd they go?
Never talks
What
about
happened to them?
it. No, literally.
Yeah, it's too bad.
That's awful. That's what it is.
Now, the other classic game that's coming out this month, Volume 1 of the Metal Gear Solid remasters is coming out, which I believe contains the original first 3 Metal Gear Solid titles of Metal Gear Solid Tactical Espionage Mission or whatever the name of it is. And then you have Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and then Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. And I love Metal Gear so much, but I wish that when they were releasing a remaster of Metal Gear Solid, that they would remaster Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes, which is, to this day, the best remaster that the series has ever received. It was made for the GameCube and was just an up-resed and improved version of the PlayStation 1 original, which is still a great game, but it looks so much better. And from what I saw, this looks to be an up-resed version of the PlayStation 1 game that looks on par with Twin Snakes at best, but probably won't change any of like the features. It's not out yet, so I shouldn't say that, but like, you already had one. You had one that was good. Just use it. You have the rights. Use it. If you need to remove the Yoshi statue, remove the Yoshi statue. That's the only difference.
Yeah,
like, it'd be cool.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But that's pretty much all I got for this month. Everything else we've already talked about. We got like Spider-Man 2 and Mario coming up, but like,
Oh, I can't wait for that.
actually, there's one other thing that we've yet to talk about in like detail. It's happening on the 31st of this month, because that is when the Five Nights at Freddy's movie releases.
I'm not watching that.
Here's the problem.
I'm not watching that.
Here's the problem is that my best friend and I
Okay.
are watching a horror movie every day of the month of October. And it comes out on the 31st. And it's going to be awful.
It's going to.
It's going to be so bad. And we have to go.
It's going to be awful.
It's going to be brilliant.
I saw the trailer for it not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It does not look at all good. It doesn't.
It doesn't
looks
even look
horrible.
faithful.
It looks atrocious. Is that the right word? Who
That's
brings
bad.
their kid to this abandoned place? At this point, get a babysitter. Get a babysitter. If you need security for technically it's not abandoned, but basically abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, if you don't go and get this kid, I don't even know why you'd be working there, for one.
The trick is to just bring Nicolas Cage with you.
I'm not doing all that. I'm just not going to
He
show up.
won't say no.
I'm not going to show up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to show up. See, that's how you know you walking into a trap. Because why would they be like looking for overnight security guard at a Chuck E. Cheese? What you need security for?
Somebody could come steal all of the balls from the ball pit.
Wow. Let them at that point. I ain't getting attacked
Jordan
by these.
supports crime.
I do. In this case scenario, if I'm about to die by mechanical machines versus at Chuck E. Cheese versus,
as opposed to all the other kinds of machines.
yes, I would get crushed by a semi truck. I would let cement malfunction on me.
You would let cement malfunction on
Yeah,
you? What does that mean?
I would let a crane drop on my head. Like,
How does cement malfunction? What is the function of
I would
cement?
I would let a roller coaster malfunction kill me before I'd let an electronic bear, duck, bunny,
Sure.
hippo, whatever else there is, kill me.
I think there's a hippo, but I think his deal is mostly exposition.
Because I'm thinking of the purple The purple one.
I think he's purple.
I think that's the hippo. I don't think it's the hippo, but still.
There is a purple hippo.
There's a purple something. Is it a hippo though? Or is it like...
I don't think you're thinking of the hippo, because I know there's a purple hippo, but he's like a joke character.
Is it a rhino?
No.
Like a elephant? Like...
No, you can get it. I'm watching our producer like make the ears with his hand, and it's...
I thought that was a bunny.
Yeah.
I already said the bunny. I thought that was... No, I was thinking of the duck.
Yeah, there's no duck.
I thought there was.
Nah.
What's yellow?
Chicken.
See, this is why I think this is stupid already. Ain't no way I'm doing all this. No.
Oh no.
I'm not watching.
Yeah,
that.
I understand. I also probably wouldn't want to watch if I didn't know what all the different kinds of animals were.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not my fault that I didn't know the different types of animals there were.
Yeah.
It was
not
just-
even in the movie, just like in general.
In general, all I
Yeah.
know was there is a bear. That's about it.
Oh, you've never seen like other animals?
Well, I'm talking about in the Five Nights at Freddy's
Mm,
deal.
right.
And who names it Freddy's?
People who like the name Freddy.
Like, Freddy Fazbear. What does Faz even mean?
I think it's just to make it sound like a name instead of just the word bear,
But
because
then the other ones is like Bonnie. Isn't Bonnie one of the thingies?
the bunny, yeah.
Bonnie the bunny?
Yeah.
But where's the last name?
Bunny.
That don't make sense. I don't know. It's just
Would you
to
have
me,
preferred Bonnie Rabbit?
Bonnie and Clyde the rabbit? Like, you could do that over.
You wanted to name the one rabbit Bonnie and Clyde?
Yeah.
You had to give the
Or
one
you could
rabbit
do
two
Bonnie
people's
the
names.
Clyde.
What is a Clyde? Like a Clydesdale? Like a horse?
Like a Klondike bar, but like
What?
but like with Clyde in it.
What are you talking about?
I think something around those lines would be like
I'm trying to make a
Better.
mental image of the thing you're saying, and it's not working.
just like it's a bunny. It's a rabbit, right? Or a bunny.
Where did the Klondike bar happen?
Because it's just like it sounds closer to Clyde than anything else. So it's like you gotta have something.
Do we?
Yes.
What do I do? I don't know how to follow that up with anything.
Uh,
I'm so lost.
In other news, have you played The First Descendant?
What?
The First Descendant.
I've not even heard of it.
It's a beta. It's in beta right now. So, well,
People tell
technically-
me I'm a beta, but like I don't know.
You
I
kinda-
feel.
you
Mm.
pause. Anywho, it's in beta right now. The beta's over,
Mm-hmm.
actually. But it was actually a good beta. Okay, I'm about to describe this to you in the best way I can.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Think
I'm thinking. Oh no.
Destiny
Oh no.
and Anthem had a baby.
Oh no. What are you doing?
Destiny and Anthem had a baby.
Why
and
would
they
you make me
made-
think that?
Hold on. It gets better. It gets better. Destiny and Anthem have a baby
Mhm.
with hold on. Give me something here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me think.
I'm gonna let you cook. No, go ahead.
Think of every looter shooter in the book. Okay, I got you. Destiny and Anthem had a baby
With Borderlands?
with Outriders. With
Okay.
Outriders and produced The First Descendant.
Can I open my eyes?
Yes, you can open your eyes. So
Why? That sounds awful.
the game,
Destiny has a fan base, but is
Destiny has a
universally
fan
hated
base.
by everyone who doesn't
but
play
I'm not
it.
talking about their fan base. I'm talking about the way it feels, like
No.
their world.
I mean everyone other than the fan base for Destiny hates Destiny.
I don't really like Destiny.
And
So if
Anthem, why would you say
Okay.
Anthem?
For one, I thought Anthem was pretty good back in the day. Okay, I'm not gonna
You're
lie
the
to you guys.
only one.
I'm not gonna lie. Anthem was
There's-
actually pretty nice.
I've never heard it. Like it's
I know.
considered a joke.
No, I am not kidding. Dead serious. I thought that Anthem was good for it. Like at a time,
Now, I reference Battleborn when I need to talk about, like, remember this dead online service game that didn't make it? That's when I bring up Battleborn, because people remember that game failed. Nobody remembers Anthem.
I know, but still, Anthem was just, it was just so unique. It was so. I thought, okay, it reminded me of Titanfall. Obviously, it gave off that. But still, it was good. It wasn't good, but still, it was the game that I was like, huh, I remember playing that back in the day.
Anthem reminded you of Titan.
A little bit, just like it's because
Anthem came out after Apex.
Yeah,
Apex is Titanfall. Same universe, same characters.
Same universe, isn't it? But
same mechanics.
I thought it was a good game. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's wild.
Before everyone started
I've
hating
never
on
heard
it,
anyone sing praises on Anthem.
before I beat the game, I liked it.
You could beat Anthem?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like the main kind of story campaign, okay, y'all. The main story campaign I beat, and after that, it was kind of lackluster. You know, I thought it was like, but it was still fun to like get out there, kind of jump off that little ledge, go fly around in my little jetpack thingy. It was cool.
Uh-huh.
I like jetpacks, okay? It just is what it is. It is what it is. Don't question it. Just don't question it.
I'm questioning it.
Stop questioning it. Because
I'm questioning so much.
Anywho, back to the First Descendants. It's not like, don't think of it too much like Anthem, okay? I'll show you.
That train sailed.
It was.
Trains don't even normally do that. The train, like, it went to go sail and it shot into the ocean.
It was a good looter shooter. Okay, the First Descendant is a good looter shooter.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie. It might get boring at a time, because I got a little bored of it. I think they should make an Anthem Part 2. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying.
Why would you say
I have to say it on air. I have to say it on air. At this point,
now because you gotta know. Like, normally I'd be like, hey man, maybe I'll check that out. You have done the worst job of selling me on this game possible. You'd be like, it's like this other garbage you hate.
all you have to do is just watch some gameplay of it, and then you'd be like, oh, I see what you mean by the Destiny aspects. I see what you mean by the Anthem aspects. Yeah. And then that's it. It's not like
me and my famed love of looter shooters.
I'm not really a big fan of looter shooters except Warframe. That's the only looter shooter I will ever.
I don't like Warframe.
I was gonna describe it like Warframe, but it's not like Warframe. It's not like Borderlands. It's not like Borderlands.
That's crazy.
No, it's not like Borderlands.
Okay.
It's more like Outriders. Have you played Outriders?
Nah.
Oh. Outriders was good, I think.
That's the first one that you've listed that I've heard mostly decent things. I don't know that I've heard things, actually. I've heard the name.
What? It's a good game, though. I highly recommend checking out The First Descendant when it drops in like February.
Okay.
Oh, and speaking of dropping, I think that Assassin's Creed Mirage is about to drop soon.
I think it did.
I thought it was on the 5th.
I think it might be in
I think it's like
pre-order people got it, because that is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. I think I am on SOS right now, so I can't look. But still, I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, so as of an hour ago, Game Rant put Assassin's Creed Mirage, how to sprint. That's the first thing that showed up when I googled Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's the article that's on the top of the page right now. I'm not even that's not a joke. That's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Run fast in parentheses.
Yeah, I don't.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean,
people are playing it. It might just be early release.
I think it's early release for people.
For journalists.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Which should be me, by the way. Let me get an early release.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get Jordan on all the early access lists.
Thank you. I need some for top downs, which I would never play.
Mm-hmm.
Some for platformers.
Mm-hmm.
Some for looter shooters.
Yeah.
Anthem Part 2, I'm just saying.
Yeah, give him Anthem Part 2 and nobody
you
else.
You guys can give me Anthem Part 2.
He'll be the Messiah. He'll make that sacrifice so we don't have to.
I will play that game nonstop.
I don't.
I think that I would play that.
I believe you.
I think you should believe me too, because I would play that game.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I've only really got like one other thing to discuss, and it's not like a news thing so much.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit last time about the Microsoft leaks.
Right.
And one of the things that was discussed in those leaks was Microsoft had market predictions. And they think that the two areas that are going to see the biggest uptick and where gaming is going to be most profitable moving forward are ads and mobile games.
Okay,
So how do you feel?
Let me just be straight up right now. I'm tired of this mobile game stuff. I'm so sick and tired of it. I don't care if people like mobile games. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm not paying or playing a mobile game. I'm sorry. I'm that ship has well sailed because
right over the train.
Straight over. I don't know how it jumped, but it jumped. Because honestly, at the end of the day, mobile games are just like so overrated. It's so overrated. I don't know why we still try to market for them. Like,
well, they're incredibly profitable, and they have a huge market.
Don't care.
And they make, well, I was gonna say they make money. They're incredibly profitable.
I really don't care about that.
One of the current games that is going viral is made by the same developers as Genshin Impact. That's a Honkai Star Rail. And it's real big. People are spending lots of money. The game, same as Genshin Impact, is free. But gacha games where you've got these resources and you pay for a chance to pull that resource are incredibly popular, and people stream like just the gambling part where it's like, oh yeah, I'll get online, I'm gonna spend however many of these crystals and see if I can get this 5-star character, and maybe they will, and maybe they'll drop porn of them, who knows.
See, at the end of the day, I think that mobile games are good for kids. You know, they're really good for kids.
These games are not appropriate for kids.
I don't care. Let the kids play it, because I'm not gonna touch a mobile game anymore. Like, that's just me. If I have downtime, I'll be like, oh, let me go and play some, like, I don't know. Let me go play some Cluster Duck or something like that. I don't know.
What is Cluster Duck?
It's a game where you get a bunch of ducks and fight people with said ducks.
What is it?
You fight ducks.
Right, but what's it on?
Mobile. I think it's on.
So that is a mobile game.
It is. That's what I'm saying. I'm only playing this to pass the time. Actually,
right.
I would say Sally Spa. Sally Spa is one that's like, I would never play it on like on a console, but I would play it on a mobile. That's the only time. And I'm like,
to be clear, the report wasn't saying like porting mobile games to Xbox.
I knew that much. Like, I'm just saying.
They're just saying mobile games in general are profitable.
No.
But you're already playing them.
Oh, next.
But you just listed games you play. I don't understand.
I'm just saying. I don't play it like I would play an Xbox. I would never play a mobile game like I do my Xbox or my PlayStation or my PC. I play PC more than I play mobile. Like, it's just
now games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail are fully like current gen console games,
right?
And they're available on mobile,
right?
So you're playing both, and frequently you can attach the account so that your progress from playing on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever translates to your progress on mobile and vice versa, because it's the same game.
That is true. Mobile is getting, I'm not gonna lie to mobile though. I'm not gonna keep hating on mobile, because mobile is getting attention to it. Like,
if I'm not mistaken, I think Apple at their most recent event showed off a bit of Resident Evil 4 Remake playing on an iPhone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know that this Assassin's Creed game came out on mobile. Well, it's coming. It's being is in the works right now.
Mm-hmm.
I forget I think it's Codename Red. No, it's not Codename Red. That's that Japanese one. I don't remember which one it is, but it's a mobile.
I've not
Assassin's
heard of
Creed.
it. I'll see if I can.
I think no, because Nexus is coming on Oculus, which I think
Jade?
is really good. Jade. No, I thought that was the Japanese one.
It's China.
I mean, China one. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I think you would like that one.
I don't super love Assassin's Creed, but like, I mean, I'd look into it.
I think you would.
Looks like it is currently in the registration period. So if you are interested in playing it, you pre-register for it.
Yeah, it's
and
very
then-
much still in the works.